fade in on a car pulled over to the side of the highway some hour or two outside of Boston. The sun beginning to set in the background as the three occupants, away somewhat from the devastation that their recent car chase caused, now sit in hiding. The car underneath the awning of a long abandoned truck stop, as they wait for the coast to clear and plan their next move. And I'll hand it over to you.
Did you guys pack any of my gear with you guys?
Everything is that we have is in the back. You should take a look.
I immediately start rummaging around for first aid kits to try to stem the remaining bleeding as I am like profusely picking out like buckshot from my chest and shoulder.
I'm going to find a spot that's safe to pull over, and so that we can have a proper conversation.
I've already taken the liberty of doing that for you.
Oh, perfect.
That's alright. Some 30 to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour has passed since you heard Desmond's son through your radio, and you've gotten away from the scene of total carnage that you left on the highway. You're now in hiding. You can hear sirens in the distance, but the road around you is quiet. You seem to have been able to slip away from the chaos. It was difficult. It was likely difficult for anyone to really ascertain what the cause of it all was. So you'll probably be okay for the time being. No one would have followed you. Hard to pick one car from another in the carnage that occurred.
Desmond, is there anything you need from us?
Sure,
Or
you
from-
got a cigarette or a fucking blunt or something for short? I mean, really.
Kane pulls out a pack of cigarettes and passes them over to him, and it's all covered in blood.
Yeah, that is fine. I do not care. I mean, Wolf.
Don't worry, I don't have STDs.
Word now. And he just still lights up one of the cigarettes anyways.
I got a 22 on my first aid roll.
Okay, that's the usually you roll. Was it 1d4 for?
Yeah, I believe so.
So you would just get 4. You don't have to roll.
Nice.
Great.
Cool.
And the bleeding is stemmed. No lasting effects for you.
I shoved so much morphine into my barely hanging on corpse.
And it works.
I think we should talk to Renko, maybe. Let him know where we are.
I mean, I think
he
knows.
He already said that he was a bit preoccupied
That's fair.
in the last message that we got from him. So right now, our biggest concern are these fucking gas mask freaks, man. I don't understand. They managed to follow me to this bookshop.
Yeah, I get the feeling that they are gonna find us everywhere. We are their targets or marks for whatever the fuck they are, mercenaries or devils or somewhere in between. However, they do die.
Only for a short period, though. Oh, man, are we going to have to dismember them piece by piece and bury them?
What?
That's a
I
lot of
don't
messy
know.
work. Like,
Kane, didn't you smash one of their skulls? That one still came back, right?
right, but for the most part, I left him relatively whole. I mean,
Next time we kill one, you should, like, take one of their hands and see what happens.
maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But,
I mean, do they just spawn, like, in a video game?
I couldn't tell you, man. I mean, there's got to be a place that they're coming from, right? A place that they return to. So,
Probably the night floor.
I mean, yeah, 100 to 1 odds on that.
it's a little bit
And-
harder to burn that, though.
Right, but
Especially since our weapons disappear.
Well, it was just that one time we managed to keep our equipment when we directly took the doorway to the night floors the last time. So,
do you think they can come out of any night floor's doorway and that's how they keep catching up to us? Because
for
last time
sure.
we left them on an island.
That, I mean, now that you've said it out loud, that sounds probably like exactly what they're doing.
perhaps, but maybe some research might be important. I mean, somebody's gotta have seen these things before. And
Well-
right now, the mark is the only thing that's kind of keeping them away for now. Away from the car, at least.
Kane,
Kane,
everyone who can see them is being hunted by them, because nobody else saw it. Which means, probably, nobody has seen these.
and lived to talk about it.
That's what
And
I'm
if they
saying.
did talk about it, then Delta Green probably got that information and, like, ripped it up. Burnt it, disposed of it somehow.
I mean, shit, we're sort of getting to the devil summoning stages
say
of
it,
plans,
but-
aren't we?
The bookstore that I was at, Remy, or the man that looked like Remy, he seemed to have some knowledge about it.
It's going to be really difficult for us to get into the city for a while. We might have to lay low for a little bit.
It will be hard for me to get into the city.
Kane, we're all wanted criminals.
But as long as the mark is in the car, they can't come near us.
Oh, yeah. Are we gonna have a conversation about that, or?
Yeah, sort of block that out.
Yeah, it kind of hurts my brain.
Well, your boyfriend Steven was so wonderful to gift me this unearthly knowledge in the bathroom. So it wasn't
What?
2 hours of heaven that was going on in there. He called it the Elder Sign. I don't exactly know where it came from or what it does, but to my knowledge and what he shared with me is that it keeps these entities away.
So it's like a
Things from
portable
the
salt circle.
no, it's far worse. Yeah.
Oh.
The assault circle will only keep out certain creatures that are weak to it and whatnot. This quite literally will kill them if they get within range of us. And so they are forced to be away from it. But at the same time, like the cost is that every time I use it, I feel a piece of me being gnawed away. And the more I give to it, the more power I give to it, the stronger it is. But at the same time, begin to lose a lot of who I am. There is another way that it can be used is I can engrave it onto items permanently and it will keep things away. Or I can sacrifice somebody and I can literally possibly kill anything on the night floors with it if they come within a certain distance.
So you're what, a fucking warlock or some shit?
No. This thing doesn't give me power. This is a deal. I give it something in return. It protects me for a little bit. And it doesn't work on everything, but a large percentage of the things that we deal with are weak to it.
And you're saying that this would allow us to have a perhaps powerful weapon within the night floors. And if, like I said earlier, these assholes are just popping out of nowhere, they're spawning, well, you gotta kill the boss.
Yeah. But the issue is that I can only use it about like once per day or so. After that, I mean, it asks for too much after that.
Well, I guess.
So I can only do it about once per day. But even if I wanted to, you know, turn it into some type of charm, I don't have the skill to do that. I would need. That's part of the reason why I went to the bookstore was to try to maybe get some knowledge on something to protect you guys, but
Well, I mean, maybe there was something in there.
maybe.
Remy tried to fuck with you. The gas mask men showed up. Maybe you were on the right track.
Maybe. And from what I can guess, I mean, or what I know from Steven, is that beings from the outside cannot come within at least 10 meters of the sigil unless it is somehow broken. So within 10 meters of this car, we are safe. if I can somehow manage to create a pendant or a charm or something that can even fucking tattoo it on ourselves. I mean, these things wouldn't be able to come near us.
And what would be the cost of doing such a thing?
My mind,
Ah,
like I said, it
right,
eats.
but Hmm.
Well, I don't know how the two of you feel, but I think this is long since not felt like an investigation, and I think it feels like a quest for survival.
Always has
Because
been.
we could rid our problems and do who knows what to countless people. Or we can do some Rambo shit and try to turn it back on them. We've got funds on the way. We've got a chance when Ranko comes back to maybe fund something. Maybe research, maybe even a collaboration with God knows who, Ranko knows. We don't have to stay here, even. In fact, we probably shouldn't.
I think we should definitely leave the immediate area. We should probably try to get out of America, at least.
Can everyone roll an alertness check for me, please?
Oh, that's a lovely thing to interrupt with.
I got a 32.
Oh, I got a 7. Okay.
So,
Desmond was not as startled as I was.
What did you get there,
I got a
Eliza?
26.
Okay. All of you clock the bike courier, who always on like a moped. The trail of some kind of dust kicks up as he comes off of the highway itself and pulls up next to your vehicle and knocks on the window. Takes his helmet off. Looks like a young, maybe South American in appearance, like young lad, maybe 20, 21. And he has like a package and he knocks on the window.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, I have this for the Greens. Are you the Green family?
That's us, yep.
He slides the package in through the window and takes off.
Looks
I
like
mean,
we don't
that's
even
a
need to
bit-
tip.
That's a bit on the nose.
Now, do we open this in the car or outside of the car? Because there really could be anything in here.
I mean, yeah, if
At
there's
this
something
point-
horrible in there, I would love for it to be closer to the magic fucking... I don't even know, the
they wouldn't have
hieroglyphics
been
this
able to
fucker is
even
doing.
get in, and if they did, they would be damn near death.
Alright,
If
Eliza
they are,
just... Nope. Oh, sorry. Finish your sentence, sorry.
no, you're fine, Eliza. Just,
She'll just cut it open with like a penknife or something. See what's in the box.
Yeah, you like break the seal on the box and open it up, and inside is a reel-to-reel tape player. And when you open the box, it begins playing of its own accord. There's a small static hiss. For you hear a voice you've heard before.
Good evening, my pedigree chums. Your exploits have made the evening news. Please don't forget we had a bargain. I do hate to be disappointed, and it is getting rather crowded here at the Dorchester. I'd rather not have to make any room for you. I'll be watching the Prudential building. 2 days. Then repercussions. Ta-ta for now.
And the reel ends, and you just hear the flapping of the tape at the end, just over and over, and eventually there's a click and it stops.
Well, fuck. I hate to say it, but I think we need to just get this job for Whist done and over with.
I thought we weren't going to do it.
Yeah, but if we don't, right back into the lion's den. And at this point, what do we have to lose, right?
Right, we don't have much to lose, but I think everyone else has a lot to lose, and maybe an act of domestic terror isn't.
We don't know what he wants done. And we aren't going to find out sitting here theorizing about it.
Of course not, but I don't think the best way to figure it out is to do it.
What do you mean? That's how we figure out everything. Trial and error, right?
But
And right now, we're all wanted felons
yeah,
with no clear way of how to clear our names.
and doing this certainly won't.
Maybe not, but it solves one problem on our ass. So we get it done, and then we get the fuck out of Dodge. Right? Simple as that.
Desmond, your burner phone begins to ring. Call ID says it's Renko.
Hesitantly, not really expecting it to be Renko, I answer.
Hey, what is it, man? Cash is all ready. I've been watching the news. You've been playing away. What the fuck, man?
I mean, technically, I think that we are war heroes. Somehow, I'm pretty sure that Kane is getting a Purple Heart or some shit. Anyways, we killed the Soviet super thing. Whatever they are. And they're gone for now, but now what, Renko?
Well, the cash is ready. We can, I know a guy says he's got a trunk full of goodies we could use. If you want to go ahead with your crazy plan, I've got your back, man. I owe you. The kids are safe. I'm waiting here in the parking lot at the Boxer. One more thing. I'm somewhat ashamed to say, obviously, I was watching you guys. I did my research for the assignment. Desmond, man, your son is here. I see him go in and out of the building.
So that's not just fucking oh, actually, I mean, you could also not be real, but let's presume for a second that you are, because I think you'd appreciate that. But
You okay?
my son is actually here somehow. Oh yeah, they've been talking to me through the radio, and you know how it is, and called me on my phone and sending me emails while it's off, and all that good stuff. And it was my son, and he did say that he hated me. And it didn't sound real. It sounded like my son when he was 14, you know, being all like swearing and just freaking out. But you know, I guess it's just really not my best dad day.
He came outside, he had a cigarette, and he went back inside. That's all I saw, but it was definitely him.
In the room that we were in before, right?
I don't know. I'm in the car outside the building. He came out in front of the lobby, in front of the building, smoked a cigarette, went back inside the building. There's a smoking area down here. It's not weird, but I did think it was
No,
weird
it's a bit weird.
your son happens to be here. Agreed. Yeah.
Yes, when there's no theoretical way he should know I'm here. Nor do, I mean, I'm literally paying for his college. He doesn't have any money. How the fuck would he have gotten here?
Perhaps that's a question you need to ask him, man.
Okay, Ranko. We're on the way. Try not to get shot. And I hang up.
Okay. Click.
Y'all heard most of that?
Yeah, I guess it's just group policy to
Somewhat.
put people on speaker now.
Oh, I'm supposed to tell people, aren't I? Sorry. That's something my son yells at me about. But I feel like he's got bigger concerns, really both of us have now.
Yeah, we're going to the boxer, right? Is that happening?
Fuck it.
Right. I still don't like the idea of us playing with game.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen, but
I really don't think we should do anything with the Prudential building.
I kinda wanna see if this is actually my son.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the boxer. Can we like throw a blanket over Kane or something when we get to the city? Or, like,
I'll just go take a nap.
Sure.
well, wait, we should probably get a different car, right?
I mean, but this is the car that is...
This is the car that I crashed like a whole mobile home on the roadway with,
Yes, but it's also
and it's full
a
of gunshots.
spook-proof. It's spook-proof, though.
Yeah, I guess, but it is
And it
full
also
of...
has, like, 400 pounds of gear.
All right, but if we get pulled over, you're thinking of the lie, all right?
And no, we're not getting pulled over. You're gonna fucking floor it. I have a gun.
I think driving the speed limit and not looking suspicious is the best idea.
How do we not look suspicious when the floor of the car is covered in blood? The windshields are completely broken. It looks like it's full of bullet holes. How is that not suspicious?
We're in Baltimore.
I mean, he does have a point. But I don't think we're in Baltimore. I think we're in Boston.
Oh, it's Boston. Sorry, which is even worse somehow.
Kane,
I mean-
the blood loss is getting to you. Take a nap.
It's because of
I-
MIT.
Hold up. Yeah. I mean, what do you? I can go jack a car. Do you want that? You want me to go rob a person?
I mean,
I don't know.
Kane,
Sorry.
realistically, you did this on, like, the seat. Fuck a car seat. Can we just cut that bitch out and put it in the new car?
Oh yeah.
Alright,
And
then I'm
already-
gonna need you to get up, because I imagine you don't want to do it.
Oh, here, I got it. I just pull out like. one
Oh,
of the
right,
surgical
yeah, of course you
scalpels.
have a fucking saw in your bag. Yeah, that's comforting.
I pull out one of the surgical scalpels from like the first aid kits and whatnot, and just like start cutting off. I don't. I'm assuming it's like that weird kind of cloth material in cars. It's not an expensive car. They're not
Whatever
gonna-
that unnatural thing is made out of.
Yeah,
What,
I just kind of
upholstery?
upholstery. I guess just
Yep.
kind of cut it off the car seat.
You could do that. Yeah.
All right. I can go jack a car real quick. We don't have to rob it from a person, but we can easily break into one and steal it. Just look for anything before 1995, 94.
Why?
Oh, they don't have car alarms when you open the doors.
Okay.
I used to drive an old shitty fucking 90 Ford Ranger. Had it broken in once or twice, didn't hear the car alarm go off. Did some research and sure enough found out.
So that's what happened to my wallet.
Okay, if you guys want to make a few search rolls, and we'll see if you can find a vehicle.
What if perhaps the not dying man did the search roll, but then he came into Hotwire after we found one?
I got a 65 on my search.
God damn it.
Success.
Maybe.
But everybody else can also make it.
16 success. Yeehaw. Here we go.
Okay.
Give me the coat.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
do
good
a
too.
random. Yeah. All right.
Go to randomcargenerator.com, of course.
I was just thinking.
There's got to be like similar sites to Fantasy Name Generator for stuff like that. Like,
A random card.
I need a random beer name. Go.
Yeah. What was? You find a Lincoln Town Car from 1990.
Let's go.
That will do.
Because I gave you a relatively decent car because all three of you passed your search rolls.
Look up what this looks like.
Time to commit Grand Theft Auto.
So, you want to describe to me how you're going to be breaking in?
So first off,
Describe to me in detail on this
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
how to hotwire a car.
I'm going to try to first open the door, because with a lot of these shit boxes, they don't care, and just see if it's unlocked first of all.
Well, I'm not going to make it that easy for you. It's locked.
Unfortunate.
Well,
2 steps.
I'm gonna go into some of our bags, like one of our like clothing bags, and take the hanger from like one of the coat hangers and just strip it and just kind of turn it into a wire. Desmond, I'm gonna need your help for this one. No, for everybody else out of game, please don't ask why I know how to do this, all right?
I'm gonna
Not on the
ask.
podcast, at least.
Yeah.
You know, that's like
Desmond, if you could find something to slightly pry the door open, I'm gonna slide this in between the gasket of the car
Oh,
door,
baby.
and
The
then
hatchet. I'm putting that right in the wedge right there. We're gonna
Cool.
drive that open. It's perfect.
we're gonna wedge
Okay.
it open. We're gonna stick the coat hanger kind of wire down in there and push open the car door handle, and that will unlock it.
This is so getting cut.
All right, I'm going to need either let's see. Criminology. Heavy machinery. Or...
I guess a car is a heavy machine.
fucking drive.
You guys want my help? Pretty good at some of those.
I'm absolutely going to need Eliza's help, but I got a 69 on my drive roll, so nice.
Nice.
Uh,
You still failed it.
yeah.
So you start
Eliza.
just prodding the wire in and you're jamming it in there. Like I've seen people do this before, and you kind of and just like nothing happens. Yeah. And then,
Hold up, my shoulder's messed up. You take over, Eliza.
And Eliza sits there watching, knowingly watching him do it very incorrectly, and thinking, I should have just asked.
Well, you're right. In theory, you're on the right path. I'll give it a go.
Okay, yeah, make a drive check.
Ooh. Okay. 17 under 70.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, you take the wire and apply it correctly. And there's a kind of a bit of a give, and then a muffled kind of, and the door just cracks open.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fine. I promise I didn't steal too many cars that I got caught for.
All right. So I'm gonna try ye old. Hold up. Let me remember how you go about this. There's different colored wires for this.
Okay, so
It's a Lincoln Town car.
Eliza, do you know this one? Just real quick before he
How to
bumbles it.
hotwire a car.
You can make a
I
criminology.
think I can figure it
You
out.
can make a criminology
Okay.
check or a drive check to see if you can.
So you're
Well,
gonna open
let me
the.
just have a look.
Surely
You're
you're
gonna
good at
open-
criminology, right? The criminologist?
Yeah, I have a 15 criminology. Yes, I do have criminology.
Look for the red battery wire. It connects to the ignition system, and you're gonna strip that, and you're gonna touch the two wires together to see if there's. You should actually hear the engines kind of start.
Okay.
Make sure not to touch the brown one. That is typically a grounding wire. You will just fuck the car over completely. Or was it the warmers?
What did you get, Eliza?
I got a 58 under 70 for drive.
You
Nice.
follow those instructions to the T, and you hear the engine spring to life.
High five, Kane.
Yeah.
And with your wheels, you can. For the sake of sort of brevity here, I'll say you move your equipment over from your shot up Maud Fustang.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, to the town car, and pile
Awesome.
inside and head for the Boxer.
Can I push the old car over a ditch or something? Like into it.
There's not, like, you're kind of just out on, like, you're like 2 hours outside of Boston, like on the highway. There's like no one in sight. You could probably just leave the car behind and.
Okay. Sorry.
There isn't.
Overly careful.
Yeah, there isn't anything. Like, I'll just give you because you're, like you said, your criminology's 50. You with your background, they already know who you are and they're already chasing you. So there isn't anything they would find in that car that would really, other than they're no longer in that car, there's
Right.
nothing they would be able to find in the car that would increase their chances of finding you at this point. They're already
Right,
all looking for you. So, but yeah, you head back towards the Boxer in your new vehicle. You pull up. Renko, you spot Renko as he rolls the window down on a like a Ford Raptor, like a big pickup truck. And he sort of hooks a thumb inside the cab and rolls the window back up again.
Desmond just casually gets out of one car, takes a step, and gets into the other car.
Into Renko's truck, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you get in and is...
Hey, good to see you're in one place. You switched cars, good idea. He's been inside for the past hour or so. I saw him just before I called you, but
And he sort of leans back to show you, like, there's a laptop in front of him, and he has the guest records, the current guest records for the Boxer up on the laptop. And it shows you that he is indeed staying in the same room that the missing Delta Green team stayed in, which is now back on the registry. It was not, if you remember rightly, the last time you checked.
Yep.
yeah, he's staying in the 616.
Well, you and me both know only we should be able to access that room. People like us.
It's likely.
My son is not like us.
I don't know, man. Everything I can see says to the contrary.
I'm about to ask a very weird question because I don't exactly know how to proceed with this. Should I be armed when I speak with my son?
Hey, man, you should be sleeping with a gun under your pillow at this point.
Well, I mean, if it manages to fall out of my hand in the night. But what if the chances of this being small, but what if through some trickery or teleportation jutsu or whatever the fuck, my son is here and he's clueless? Am I gonna have to tell him about all this? How the fuck can... I can't take him with me without explaining. The fucking giant sign in the back seat, and I don't even think my son's ever fired a gun, let alone seen assault weapons and body armor and $100,000 in US cash.
Yeah, there's 900,000 back in there, man.
Jesus Christ.
It was $1 million, and the launders took their cut.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ranko. I've just heard launderers were worse people. I thought you would have gotten absolutely robbed, basically. But, I mean, shit, good man.
Let's just say he owes me.
You've got a contact in We can get whatever we need for whatever we want to do. I mean, shit, we could damn near afford a tank.
It's the same guy I laundered the money through. He's he's not exactly privy to the sort of work we do. He's a mundane criminal, man. Should be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I hope you are correct. Shit. Do you wanna start talking that over with my friends? And I guess I've got some parenting to do.
Your personal phone goes off. Notification.
I just give Ranka the sort of dead stare of like, come on, man. And then I look down at it.
So, upload to YouTube an update from a channel that you're subscribed to. Captain Sunshine. He's just uploaded a new video.
You know, Ranko, this may explain things a bit better than my old rambling ass can. And so I just sort of play the video, holding it so that he could see if he wants to.
It's dark. You can see the outlines of a chair, maybe? And then there's a flash as a naked light bulb is popped on by the pop cord that's attached to it, and underneath a figure sits hunched over. His face, even his hair colour, somewhat unrecognisable from the angle. The light is either too bright or the shadows clouding those features too heavy. But a single piece of card, almost like a cue card, is held out by this individual with a single hand. And on it, in crayon, scrawled the word Dad. Underneath, come. And then he drops the card and thrusts forward another. This one yellow in comparison to the prior one, which was pink. And on it, scrawled over and over and over and over, that damned sign. And you notice the hands heavily bandaged, bloody, and the bandages continue up this individual's arm. He drops the cue card and the light bulb. There's a smash and the video cuts off.
Oh, fuck. Okay. And Desmond just opens the door and just starts walking towards the hotel.
Eliza, Bryan, you do see this. I'm going to give you time to react.
We back him up?
I grab my gear from the car, I guess, and I just kind of follow along.
Yeah.
I meant to say Kane, sorry, not Bryan. And yes, you follow. When you say you grab your gear, what? A reminder that this is a public hotel. There's lots of people milling about, so I'd need to be clear on what it is that you're taking in there.
My first aid kits and like the silenced pistol that's kind of being concealed.
Okay, no problem. Yep, you quickly catch up to him and keep pace. As you leave the cab, Renko kind of leans out of the door and says to you,
I'll stay down here in case he makes a run for it. Just, call me if anything happens, okay?
Desmond sort of waves a hand in the air in acknowledgement and keeps walking as fast as he can.
Okay. The three of you enter the lobby. People milling about, businessmen lugging suitcases around, families either getting ready to leave or checking in. A big crowd by the elevators. An entire, what appears to be some sort of high school sports team have checked into the building, and they are all looking to use the lifts one after the other. So you'll have to take the stairs unless you want to wait.
That was already the plan.
Yeah.
You begin to
You
climb.
got me going upstairs.
First floor, second floor, third floor, the fourth, and then the fifth. And as you reach the sixth floor, eerie silence kind of falls over the three of you. You could hear the din from the lobby even as you ascended the staircase, but the moment you reached floor 6, it was as if you stepped through some sort of barrier that kept the sound out. You count the door numbers and head towards room 616. You turn. It's at the end of a corridor now, not where it was before. The room itself, the door painted in yellow, as if someone's taken a can of cheap gloss paint and just splashed it all over the door at the last moment.
That's a bit disturbing now. Do you want me to kick down the door?
Desmond looks at you for a brief moment, as he has his deagle, like, in one hand and a hatchet in the other, and he just slowly nods at you.
Alright. Kane, like, kind of does the fireman kick where he's got his, like, part of his torso on the wall, but his legs at the door handle side, and then just kind of donkey kicks it in.
The frame shatters under the force of your kick, and the door swings open, slamming into the wall beside it. The paint's still wet, flecks of it landing on the carpet in front of you. The room inside is dark, illuminated only by flickering screens. You see LCD screens, old school CRT monitors, just an array of electronic equipment, old VCRs, DVD players lying in piles, all hooked up to a sea of extension cords, and The closet for the room is directly opposite you as you enter. The door lies open with a chair inside. The light bulb above the chair smashed. You can see the light from the monitors and the various electronic devices kind of dancing across the shattered glass that lies on the carpet. Several cue cards on the ground in front of the chair. And to the right, the main source of light in a room, a single computer screen. Figure hunched over the screen. A black silhouette leant forward and grunting, growling almost, as his bloody bandaged fingers hack away at the keyboard in front of him. He either doesn't notice or doesn't pay attention to your entry, and with the force you kick that door in, it's probably safe to say it's the latter.
Do we just grab him? Eliza's talking under her breath.
Desmond ignores the weird fucker in the corner of the room and
I'm
just
gonna go.
slowly approaches his son. Does he? Did you say he had like a bag on his head, or was he just not recognizable?
I haven't mentioned a second figure in the room.
Hello?
Just hacker man over here.
Jacob is schizophrenic. He's seeing things.
I
He's
heard what I
hearing
wanted
things.
to hear.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to a strange
Okay.
man sitting there, bloody bandaged fingers, and just kind of shoot him in the head. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to approach him.
Hello? I was like, that's going to be a very quick character death for Kane.
We don't know it's your son.
You head on over.
We don't know it's not!
Exactly. Kane is shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, Corporal Kane, you head on over. The figure, he must know you're in the room, but he doesn't respond to you. And you approach from behind. What is it you wish to do now?
Desmond's just going to walk up and, like, put his hand on the figure's shoulder. Hello?
The figure doesn't stop typing. Leant over. Hair is matted, almost stringy. You can see it now. Brown. The shirt that he wears flecked with blood. And that's when you see on the sleeve a familiar sigil. The plaque of your park ranger troop.
Kane just kind of wants to go behind the guy, grab him by the chair, and just yank him down, pulling him away from the keyboard.
Jesus Christ.
You seize this figure with both hands on by his shirt from the back. He offers no resistance as you pull him and throw him somewhat forcibly onto the ground between the three of you. And as you stare down at the face of your own son, Desmond, the bandages on his face rendering him nearly unrecognisable. Literally, he's only his parents would be able to recognise him at this point. And he looks at you wild-eyed, snarling. One word emanating from his lips over and over. Sunshine. Sunshine. And his body then goes limp. Exhale. And then a deep breath. And he blinks his eyes several times and looks up at two of you with a sense of wonder, and then you, Desmond, with shock but familiarity. And his eyes go wide like a deer in the headlights. He begins to flounder, picks himself up off the ground, still on one knee. You... Dad?
Yeah. Yes.
And he spies...
Son.
He spies the weapons that are in your hands. And he reaches up with two hands and takes the hand that's holding the gun and brings it slowly to his own forehead.
I just instinctively click the safety on.
Don't let it come back again. You can't let it come back again.
Desmond, we need to get him out of here. If we put him in the car with the sigil,
You might be okay.
Then I've been waking up. I don't know where I am. I'm in different parts of the country.
I know. And Desmond just sort of lets go of the hatchet in his other hand and puts his other hand around his son. I don't know what's going on either. You've been calling me. Do you know that?
No, it wasn't. I think it was him. I keep leaving. Finding things that I've done when I wake up. It's not me, it's Captain Sunshine. And then if he said I don't do this, that he'll take Mum next.
Let's talk in the car. We need to get out of here. Let's talk in the car.
No, you don't understand. If I leave this room with you, I'm going to be him again by the time we get outside.
Okay.
You'll just have to put me down anyway.
I go into my medical bag and I take out so much morphine. And I immediately just sedate him.
You attempt to.
Hold still.
He recognizes what it is that you're doing. No, I've tried that. It doesn't work. That's like an on switch for him. I just become him straight away. It's worse.
Hmm. Interesting thought. Um, I guess I'll have to use a lot of morphine.
Kane, could you not? Could you just fucking listen for a second? This fucking Captain Sunshine is trying to rip my life apart. And we can't take him out of here. So, in here, he can stay. And I know who Sunshine is. I sort of reach out and hold my son's face. He made you look just like him. Yeah, I guess that's the way he's most comfortable. Do you know what's under the bandages?
It's he likes to scar himself for fun when he's in control. He didn't put the bandages here, I did. Every time I wake up.
So how long has this been happening? Is there even a way to know?
I don't. No. Weeks, months. It's all foggy.
Desmond, I'm gonna let you have some alone time to figure this out. All right. Kane kind of exits the room, but in reality, he is sprinting towards the car to try to get that odor sign and run it back up as fast as he can.
Okay. I'll let you know when the appropriate amount of time has passed for you to
Desmond
come back again.
Sits down next to his son, sort of like back against the wall.
This is not your fault. None of it is. You are experiencing the consequences of something far beyond my understanding. I have, unfortunately, little to no idea what the hell is going on, what I'm doing. I didn't even find you. I got sent a video of you through, I guess, this fucking computer screen. And you held out these cards. I don't know if the Vickleston line is... I think we may be cursed, for lack of a better term now. I can't even say worried or feared. I'm almost just certain that your mom, my wife, both of them, they're probably already suffering some sort of similar effect. So, to tell you the truth, it's my fault. But I'm not the one being punished. I guess I was right. I used to scream when I was frustrated. That the universe was petty, and it was conspiring against me. But I guess it was. And he sort of just leans in, and right before he actually leans on his son, he remembers the bandages and just kind of hovers near him.
You hear there's silence just for a handful of seconds, and a low moan emanates from deep within your son. Oh, he's coming back, Dad.
Look at me.
He,
Is it what you want? Is it what you want?
his chin.
And I haven't moved the weapon.
His chin, like, he whips up at you, and you can see beneath the web of bandages that crisscross his once handsome face. Your son was no hit with the ladies, to say the least. His eyes are beginning to turn from that green that he inherited from his mother to just flecks of golden yellow. And he grabs your hand once again. Not the gun itself, but your hands with both of his, and lifts the barrel and presses it against his own head. He said if you did it, he'd leave her alone. Please, Dad, just... I'm so tired.
Desmond just puts his left hand around his son's, and he sort of moves his son's finger into the guard. And he looks at his son.
It's alright. Dad, it's okay.
It's not. But, shit happens, as you say. And with his son's finger on the inside of the trigger guard as well as his own, he squeezes his son's hand.
And I think that's where we're going to go to break. We fade back in on a hotel room. Downtown Boston. The Boxer Hotel has been around since the early 1920s. Seen its fair share of murder, suicide, and other such violent actions that can leave a lasting impression. But the Boxer has never seen, with a single exception, has never seen anything like what has just transpired within the last minute. The blood of a young man with his whole future ahead of him pulls onto the floor of room 616. That young man's own father stands above him, mind going into shutdown. Eliza, you watch as Desmond just switches off that witty, sarcastic spark that he always carried around with him. Switches off as he stands there listless, gun and hatchet dropped to the floor by his sides. Corporal Kane, you burst back in the room to find the scene I've just described.
Eliza.
I was about to say I'll let you take it away.
Okay, one. A little overzealous. Eliza walks over to Desmond and just really, really slowly and carefully puts her hands on his shoulders and turns him away from the body and starts walking him out of the room.
He does not resist, as I've mentioned before when this has happened to yourself, I believe. There's no resistance. He's pliable, he's movable, he's just not home.
Kane, get his things and we're getting out of here.
Yeah. Give me a second. And Kane kind of just rolls up the upholstery and just tucks into his pocket. And he walks over to the body and he finds a sheet or a blanket and just kind of covers it. Then he goes over to the computer. Or was it a typewriter or a computer?
It was a computer indeed, yeah.
I'm going to take a look at what he was typing.
You see a single browser window open, but in this browser window 50, 60 open tabs, all different what appear to be different YouTube channels, totally not connected to anything you're dealing with in any way. Famous YouTubers, cooking videos, makeup tutorials, and he's scrawling comments, some of which you recognize, passages from a very familiar book. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Yeah. What's my sanity at? That's a success for me.
Okay, no sanity loss with that one. He's been posting excerpts from the play, The King in Yellow, into YouTube comment sections. No, Kane wouldn't know. So, actually, he may. Corporal Kane, if you could roll either computer science or military science for me.
That's a 37 under 42.
For which stat?
Military science.
Thank you. You see the comments and you even try to refresh some of the pages, and the moment you refresh the pages, some of those are starting to already disappear. You remember back to several quite sensitive Delta Green operations you've been on, a section of Delta Green, an operation that is constantly running. An operation Coral Nomad decided to scrub the internet of anything unnatural.
I'm gonna just open up like the account settings and just delete the account. Just completely deactivate it and remove it.
You go through, you do notice this account's only been open a day.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. It is open. It's not password protected because you're already in and you do so without any issue.
Next up, I'm going to take the motherboard and the data drives from the computer and just rip them out and then toss them into the microwave.
Okay. Covering your tracks, that's fine. And you do that. There's no need to roll any sort of skill check. That's pretty straightforward.
Next up, I'm gonna take some of the alcohol wipes, I guess, kind of like the disinfectant wipes and whatnot from the medical kit, and I'm gonna wipe down all the surfaces that we touched. The door handle, the computer, the body, even, like, just wiping off any possible fingerprints that we might touch. Okay. Some of the countertops, the walls.
Make a forensics check for me, please.
That's a 0 on forensics, so there's no way I'm going to roll that.
It's hard to keep track of what you have and haven't touched, considering the emotional weight of your entry to the room. Perhaps somebody with a bit of a clearer mind for these things might be able to do a better job.
In that case, I'll just wipe down the keyboard and the mouse that I know I touched.
That's straightforward enough.
There's no other rooms here.
No,
is there?
It's a single room. Layout completely different to the last time you were in this room.
I'm gonna check the body and its pockets real fast.
I'll save you any trouble. He was not carrying anything except the clothes on his back.
Okay. No personal items of his, no like watches or mementos.
Nothing.
Okay. I'm going to kind of I don't have a bag, like a backpack with me or nothing like that, so I can't use this to mask what actually happened here. So I guess I'm just gonna kind of leave. Just door kind of closed. I know it doesn't close all the way because I broke it, but
Okay. You leave following Eliza, who is currently shepherding Desmond from the room. You head where? Back down to the car park?
yeah, I think so.
Eliza's gonna give Desmond like camping blanket, put that on him, try to warm him up because he's in shock. And she's gonna drive them somewhere quieter, away from the Boxer Hotel.
Well, you would first need to get down to the lobby, and
We're still doing that. All right.
as you cross the lobby to head towards the exit, Desmond, you blink a few times, and you are, for all intents and purposes, back with us. Face feels numb. You're no longer holding the weapon that you were holding. You're not in the room. You're in the lobby. Eliza has you by the arm. You have a blanket over your shoulders, I should say.
Desmond just sort of helplessly puts an empty hand up to his head and squeezes a trigger that isn't there, and his hand falls back down and he just continues to say nothing.
Back. We're almost back at the car. Okay.
And as you return to your vehicle, Renko climbs out of the pickup truck.
What?
Eliza shakes her head at him.
And there's a moment where he's registering your reaction. And you see him clench his fist. And he shakes his head in silence, climbs back into the pickup truck.
Meet us later, Renko.
I will do. Stay safe, please.
All right.
He leaves the parking lot first. You still have somewhere safe to go?
No, but I don't think it would be so hard to find some out of the way, like, dive motel sort of thing.
You make a search check for me, please.
Of course.
You are driving the car, so.
13.
It's quite a strong success. You find You go to the seedier part of town, you find the sort of place that charges by the hour. The goblin of a man behind the counter barely looks up at you as you throw a wad of bills across the desk to cover you, at least for one night, and hurls a set of keys back at you. Head up to the second floor. You spy. There's no elevator in this place, and you spy rats on the staircase. But you're right, it's out of the way. And you enter the room and dump your bags down. You get a text from Renko just asking for your location.
I'll just send him back the name and room of the motel that we're in.
Understood, and I will let you take it from here.
Eliza is gonna make a cup of tea for Desmond. Make sure that the water is not too hot. It's only like a little bit warmer than lukewarm, so you can't like pour it on his head or anything.
Kane is already tapping the needle for the morphine.
Drink this, Desmond.
And if that doesn't
Desmond
work,
takes the tea from you. Almost in slow motion, visibly, he drinks the tea. But he just stares sort of almost through, like, the cabinet.
Eliza's just gonna walk him over to the couch, make sure he sits down. There's nothing I can say to you, but there really is nothing I can say to you.
Kane walks over to Desmond and just kind of sits on the couch next to him. I can't ever understand what you had to go through, Desmond. But I'm sorry that you did. And he just kind of sits there next to Desmond, not saying anything.
Desmond just drinks the tea, completely unaware of the fact that he is doing it. And his face is turned almost as if all the worry lines and crow's feet and signs of aging have suddenly caught up with him at once. He looks a lot more like A sad old man.
Kane, can you sit with him for a bit? I'm gonna get rid of all of the hazardous things in this room.
Yeah. I kind of sit there with Desmond. Um, you know, my girlfriend Alice, the day I got the call when they found her body, it had already been days after. They had a hard time identifying her because she was so I know it's hard to lose a loved one like that. And I imagine it's even harder when you didn't really have a choice. But you know who did this. You know what did this. And you have us with you. We're gonna find them. And we're gonna make them suffer for everything that they've done. All the blood that they have spilled, all the tears that have been shed, every single second that we've suffered for. You're gonna make sure to repay it tenfold. You know, fuck moving on. Fuck moving on and bettering you. No, no. This sadness will quickly turn into anger. So use that. It's the only way that it's the only way that you're going to be able to avenge your son.
Desmond's hand, almost idly, rests on yours, on the space on the bed in between us. And at first it just rests there. And then he squeezes your hand so tight that you think your fingers are gonna snap. And he just holds that tension and stares further off. But you see him ever so slightly nod, just once.
Until then, Desmond. Until the job is done, fight. Tooth and nail. Until you are no longer able to move. And even when you are no longer able to move, you get back up. Right? I'm gonna go pour us some shots.
Corporal Kane, can you make a charisma ×5 check for me, please?
Oh, sure. Oh, that's my lowest stat. That's my dump stat. It's a 5! Oh!
Hey.
All right.
Great.
Not a fist fight god.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't fist fight God.
Don't fist fight God. We have enough
I
going on.
lost.
I'm gonna say, yeah. Desmond, his words pierce that fog that's been floating over your head ever since you left that room. Purpose. Even if only for the short term. Can you add Corporal Kane as a bond? The point bond should be equal to your charisma score, of course. And you can regain 2 sanity points.
As I'm like pouring up some shots, I kind of walk over with like, I say shots very loosely, but it's like a straight up like tumbler glass halfway full. You know, we used to have a saying, whenever we'd lose somebody overseas on patrols. Rip and tear until it's done.
There's a soft bump against your finger as Desmond's hand takes this foul concoction. And with a slight sigh, Desmond just starts drinking it.
Well, I finished baby-proofing this room. So, hopefully we'll all be okay for a couple more hours.
I think we need to contact Renko.
He already knows we're here.
It's not about that. I think it's time for us to get some better gear. Preferably some body armor for the ever fucking love of Christ, please.
Right.
So yeah, level 4 plates are going to be about $3,000 for both the back and the front. We'll times that by 4. It's always good to have extra plates on hand. Then some Kevlar helmets run us about. Kane is just going through the shopping list of the gear that they're gonna need.
Yeah, great idea. We definitely need better protection against whatever it is we're facing. Question. We are kind of on a time limit. Are we going? The decision needs to be made now.
What do you think the gear's for? We know Wiz has a hand in this. And I know you hate it. I know you don't want to do his work for him. But right now we're suffering because we're dragging behind on it. Now before anyone else gets hurt, we need to move. We need to take action now. We don't need to worry about what's coming up next. We need to think about the now, because that's where we are. We move step by step. and see if we survive. Worrying about the past or what's a possibility is just wasted energy. And like you said, the clock is ticking.
I understand, but I think it's a very real possibility that we are putting occult symbols in the middle of an area where there are normal people, and we've already seen what this does to normal people. The possibility of us infecting thousands of people.
Maybe, but you know what that does? That creates chaos. And chaos is a wonderful fucking cover. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in an ambush firefight when dust and blood and screams of everybody around you is mixed together at once. I can tell you, you don't know what the fuck is going on around you or what's behind you, right? Those are trained soldiers. I can't imagine the police, Mr. Bunkin' Bonuts over there, has any fucking clue about what's happening either. He's going to be a little bit too busy about Karen, 37-year-old Mama 3, trying to stab him. So, worst comes to worst, some chaos does erupt, and we can move freely. And we can actually spend some time to sit down and figure out our next plan of attack.
You're thinking about us, Kane, but look at it. Our lives are over.
Yeah?
Truly,
But
our lives are over.
But there is a bigger evil out there.
We are going
There
to...
is something worse than us. I'm just saying, Eliza. I'm just saying.
We are going to break into this building, and we're going to succeed. Obviously, we're going to succeed. And we're going to end the lives, possibly of thousands of people, and you're prepared for that?
I am. If it means that I save tens of thousands, if it means that I get to save your husband, then abso-fucking-lutely. If that means I don't have to see another Alice incident happening, if I don't have to see... I'm tired of the people close to us getting hurt. So yeah, if that makes me a bad person, I'll do it. Fuck, I'll do it myself if I have to. I'll do the job by myself. But while you're sitting here, sitting on your ass, wondering what to do, I'm gonna go out there and get some fucking answers. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of being in the dark. I'm tired of not knowing. Who else? Time for thinking and trying to understand the unreasonable. You're wasting energy here, Eliza. You're wasting potential. You're a talented agent. You weren't made to be sitting in an office scanning through data. You were meant to be out there taking action and saving lives. And I need you to do that right now. All right? For me, for your family, for the people that we've lost.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to take a shower. I'll let you think about it.
Well, there's not really a choice anymore.
There never was. And it's getting
Okay.
clearer.
You're right.
Remember, we're all just actors in a play. And the only way we find out the ending is play along.
Yeah.
And
I
scene.
guess.
As you recline for the evening in various states of unease. At some point, likely one by one, you fall asleep out of sheer exhaustion, likely more than anything else. Eliza, if you can first, those of you that have any lasting mental health issues at the moment, you make a sanity check for me.
Forget us. PTSD.
Yep.
Effect. Nards.
Only if you got it from a mental break, though. I think.
Yeah. Did you? Was it? I know we agreed that Kane has some
From-
history, but like not. He's sort of.
Not in the
Yeah,
Delta, not with the Delta Green
No,
stuff, but
no. You
No.
don't have to roll anything. No, you don't have.
It's
You
ju-
don't have
it's
it
just-
mechanically in game. It's just Eliza
It's
at the
just
moment.
me. And once again,
we,
Eliza is failing.
I get
See.
wonderful sleep.
Do not regain any willpower, unfortunately, but you do sleep.
Eliza's struggling.
The image of watching Desmond having to put his own son out of his misery, just playing over and over again, all the things you could have done to save him, to save everyone, but you stood there. Why did you stand there? You wake up. The other two are still asleep, and your burner phone is ringing. It's about 8:45 a.m. maybe, and it's Renko's number.
Hey, Renko.
Good morning, sleepyhead. Everything okay?
No, but when is it ever? So,
I guess
Are you
okay is a, how do you say,
strong word.
is relative at the moment, right?
Well, we're all alive, so
I'll take it. Anyway, I got the buyer lined up. Known. He's, willing to meet.
yeah. Renko, we're looking for some supplies, like body armor and things like that.
Yeah, that's who we're gonna go meet, my guy.
Oh, all right. I'm so sorry. I guess I was out of the loop for a sec. Yeah, I'll get everybody ready.
Alright, Noon, the underground car park underneath Fenway. You know where it is?
Mm-hmm. I can get there.
We'll be there.
Click as he hangs up.
Eliza is gonna wake up Desmond and Kane. Kane, wake up. Desmond, time to get up. Renko's got someone who will sell us body armor. We have to go.
Okay.
I grab Desmond's stuff and my stuff and kind of just carry it out to the car. Yeah, and just, I kind of sit there for you, kind of get the car ready for them, let them get ready. Because I'm assuming Kane probably just slept in his jeans like an absolute creature, because he's a madman and alcoholic.
No problem. You ready yourselves. You will leave, head out, find whatever food. He's gonna cut it right now. You head straight to Fenway, or
It's definitely best not to keep these people waiting.
Eliza, it might be a good idea to do a couple of laps around, see if there's any. We'll get there early, most likely,
Okay.
but it wouldn't be a bad idea to do a couple laps around the block, see if there's any cars that have been sticking around a little bit longer than they should have.
All right. It's probably a good idea that we ditch this one pretty soon, too. The owner's gotta know it's missing.
Eventually.
It appears Corporal Kane is learning. Can you all make search checks for me, please, as your town car circles the streets outside Fenway Park, looking for threats, both mundane and unnatural.
19.
Okay.
52.
Okay.
I got a 33.
All right. You see there's somewhat increased police presence. Like squad cars. With that 33, you also see, and you know what to look for, you see unmarked cop cars as well. Detectives likely, undercover police maybe. You also see an SUV. Tinted windows. And as you're passing, open the one of the large panel doors at the side of the vehicle opens up, and an individual climbs out. But he's dressed like a paramedic. And you see him placing something on the seat behind him before he goes out and like dips into the store that they're literally parked up right outside, likely to get food.
Can I immediately... Let's pull over real quick. I didn't see him lock the car, did I?
You didn't see him lock the car, but I will highlight the fact that he got out of the back seat, not the front.
Do I take the opportunity to take this paramedic's gear and pretend to be him? Agent 47. Just... You know what? Actually, I'm gonna... Eliza. You mind, pulling up behind the van again? Pretend like we're gonna get coffee or something.
Okay.
And I kind of take a ball cap. And then I also take a bunch of loose change in my pocket. Like, I just take whatever is in the little drawer compartment and I put it in my pocket. And I take my knife and kind of hide it within, like, my belt. Once Eliza kind of pulls up behind the car, I'm going to get out of the car. and then pretend like I spill change behind the back wheel of the tire. I'm gonna just slash the tire while I'm picking up the change and setting it in my pocket.
I'm gonna say make a stealth check. I'm gonna give
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give you a 40% bonus to this one.
Is this our contact? What's going on here?
That is a wonderful 42 over or under 58.
And you add a minus 40% to that, so that's actually a 2.
Oh, yeah.
Which, yes, is a crit. So you very swiftly puncture the back tyres with almost no external noise. At least external noise that you that only you can hear. And through sheer luck almost, as you stand up, the wing mirror, you see the driver's face in the wing mirror, and he's not looking at the wing mirror, he's not looking at you, he hasn't noticed you, of course. And you remember South America some years ago. This man fought alongside you in one of the kill teams that wiped out the Karatekia.
I'm gonna like, as I stand up and like count the change, I'm gonna kind of like smack my forehead, faintly like, oh, I don't have enough money here. What am I doing? Shove it in my pocket, get back in the car, kind of like close the door hurriedly, and I'm just gonna turn to Eliza. We need to go. Delta Green is here right now. We need to meet with Renko's contact ASAP. Don't peel out. Drive like normal. You know what to do. I don't know why I'm telling you. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Make a drive check for me, please, Eliza, to do that. Drive casual.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
Lord.
66 under 7.
Lovely. And that's a crit. You back out and head where? Down into Fenway.
Yeah. We should get this over with.
You place the vehicle quite neatly in a vacant bay right by a column. Pretty sturdy looking column that would probably give you a decent amount of cover should the situation demand it. Renko is visible in the same pickup truck he was in yesterday in the opposing bay. A few moments after you pull up, he gets out and walks over to your town car before opening the back door and sitting down next to whoever's in the back.
Good morning. You clocked
Good
your
morning.
guys outside?
Mm-hmm.
A few of them. Yeah. But don't worry. There shouldn't be any issues with them following us.
Yeah, well done. That's pretty brave. My guy's gonna be here soon. Up there.
And he points to another vacant parking bay a couple of rows down.
How reliable is the contact?
Hey, he loves money. And he doesn't know anything about any of this shit, so that's why I use him.
Fair
Are
enough.
there so many cops in this area because of us? Or
Whole city has got increased police security. Guys on the beat have been doubled. They're looking for you, yeah.
hey guys, we're celebrities.
You wait for what seems like hours, but is only around an hour and a half at that point. And almost on the dot, a Humvee comes down the ramp from above into the slot. Just this black in colour, and several men, quite clearly Eastern European gentlemen in leather jackets, pour out of the back. One such gentleman steps forward. Eliza, you can make a criminology check for me if you like.
Love to. Oh, nice and close. 49 under 50.
That is a pass. You recognize this man from various cases, and he's been linked to black market firearms, smuggling, drugs. His name is Ilya Petrovich. He's better known in mob circles as the Baba Yaga.
Well, Renko, you know your people.
He's pretty dangerous, but as long as we're straight and we don't try to fuck him, he prefers smooth business over any sort of masculine posturing. So we should be fine.
Yeah.
Let's just keep business.
Right. So hopefully old personal disagreements won't come into play then. I
Nah,
remember some of this stuff.
he loves me. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Eastern European. He doesn't speak any Middle Eastern or nothing like that, so I can't be of help here. I mean, I can intimidate him, but
Let's just pay for our stuff.
boy, I'm trying to make sure we don't get fucked over here. Here's the thing.
Renko opens the door and gets out, gestures you all to do the same, and crosses the roadway in the underground car park back to his pickup. Pulls a large duffel bag from the passenger seat. Begins to walk towards Mr. Petrovich. Gestures you to join him.
Ilya, you motherfucker!
Holds his arms out wide. And there's a moment. They pause. And Petrovich just kind of eyes him. Steely gaze. Before bursting into a smile that's lined with gold teeth. And walks forward.
It has been a long time. You don't come to Boston so often. New friends of yours? Hey, well, you take what you can get. These are my associates. I'm a middleman, you know? They need help. I'm that guy.
Petrovich stops for a moment. Turns back towards his crew, standing there, all quite openly, very heavily armed. For he turns first to you, Corporal Kane.
I recognize that posture anywhere. Military, right?
Done a few odd jobs here and there,
Yeah.
but let's be honest. Let's keep a little bit of the personal and business separate, right? I don't ask questions about you. You don't ask questions about me.
Of course, I just can appreciate a man from similar background.
He rolls a sleeve up, and on the sort of the underside of his forearm, there's a tattoo for like the GRU, similar to like the.
I approach him, and I kind of roll up like the leather jacket sleeves, and like you can see there's the insignia for like Delta Force, like tattoo on the forearm, and I just kind of hold my hand out or shake his hand.
Yeah, and you're familiar with GRU, the sort of the Russian equivalent, or the Ukrainian, I think, equivalent of like the Marines, or at least like the probably Army Rangers is a more accurate comparison. Ooh.
It's been a long time, but I recognize like for like. So, what are you in the market for?
I need to get a couple sets of tactical armor, fit these guys up for a problem of a client of ours. I want to make sure that they go in prepared. I also need some electronical equipment, something that can knock out cameras and other electrical devices in a short range.
Okay, and are you going to be wanting body armor that fits a woman? He
sort of
Woman.
leers a little bit over towards Eliza and flashes like a gold molar at you, like a half grin.
I kind of like pull him in a little bit closer and be like, I wouldn't test those waters. She's broken my nose, and I've seen her completely rip a person's arm off. So I don't think that's waters you want to tread there, sir.
God damn, I think I'm in love. Alright, guys, you heard the man. Let's see what we got.
And he opens up the back of the Humvee, and he's clearly had
merchant menu.
essentially he's clearly had the back of this thing customized, and it like several trays, munitions and armor, and opens out. Above game here, if you look at your agent's handbook,
Oh dear.
I am essentially opening the floor to you here as far as most of these firearms are concerned. Everything in the firearms list is there. Everything in the other lists are there, or variations of hand-to-hand weapons, stun grenades, electroshock weapons. There is also a light machine gun.
Oh.
a buzzsaw sat pride of place in its own tray at the top.
What's up?
M249 saw.
Oh,
Yes, not the actual like
for a second I got
construction
lost
equipment.
completely. I
Yeah,
was
not,
like,
No,
not a
he's
literal
talking-
buzzsaw. Yeah.
he's talking about the US.
Pretty cool.
I kind of pull Renko and what was his name again?
Petrovich.
Petrovich to the side. Uh, just kind of on. Desmond, Eliza, can you guys make sure to grab me some more 300 blackout and some frag grenades if you see them? And I kind of pull the other two aside. Another request, and I didn't think of it, but we're having some difficulty getting around with all this equipment and in a car that isn't procured through unknown methods. Is there perhaps somebody you can connect us with? Find a vehicle that suits our needs?
I can do that for you. You want what you want, man? You want a Hummer? You want a lowrider? I can get you anything.
SUV with reinforced windows as well as reinforcements on the doors. Tires don't have to be bulletproof, but if they are, that'd be preferred. Tinted windows that are legal limit, as well as the highest horsepower engine you can find.
He turns and looks like at one of his guys in like disbelief for a second, turns back towards you.
Oh damn it! You tried to kill the president? What?
Sadly, it's something more dangerous somehow.
If you got the cash, I won't ask questions. Just
We got 750K that we're willing to give you.
all right.
No questions asked, obviously. And
I forgot to mention, as well as the weapons and the LMG, there is also some M67 available. So some extrudable explosive and the detonation cord that comes with.
Sorry, you need to stop getting me so excited.
oh, just scrolling through the weapons section. God, that's deep in there.
No, but it's best to come prepared. You know, situations don't always go the best you can, or the best you want. So, I'm just expecting a marathon rather than a sprint. But in return, I've done some time as a combat medic. So if you or any of your guys get hurt and you need it done for free on the down low, no questions asked, Renko will be in contact with me and I can help you out there. Just a little something to sweeten the deal.
Hey, you sweeten the pot. You sweeten my mood, man. We have it. I'll make some calls. My guys will back up anything else you'll need. Yeah. Tell me something. You, Captain America and the rest of your Avengers here. This better not come back to me.
Who are you again?
It's the right answer. Make a military science check for this deal there, please. Corporal Kane.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah! 34 under... Where's my military science? 42!
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, usually... And well done for sort of nullifying it. Usually, the equipment you've asked for goes up to what would be a major expense, like SUVs and LMGs and explosives, like it goes up to that would generally give you a -20 to the roll, but down to the fact that you were willing to offer your services, you sweeten the pot, that nullified the 20%, which means you do indeed pass this check. Petrovich's men begin to bag what you've asked for. So you take suits of is it full body armor you were looking for?
Yeah, the same tactical armor that I have received as
Nice.
well. So the 5 AR plus the Kevlar helmets with the AR.
Yeah,
With-
also, I can't find a riot shield on here to save me.
I have riot shield is in body armor, and yeah, you can.
Hey,
Yeah,
just
that.
Islam, guys. The PDF is not being very nice.
I love that it's
Okay.
giving me the fucking centimeter ratings.
So you both get tactical body armor each. That gives you an armor rating of 5.
Okay.
You're taking the Kevlar helmet.
That's another +1.
That's
right?
another +1, and it will avoid if people try and make a cold shot for your head. It avoids you getting outright domed. You don't take double damage. Excuse me. Let's say. So you say you wanted a riot shield?
Correct. Or ballistic shield, whatever it's listed as.
I don't know if this
I'm
one.
imagining while this is all going on, it's just the Boogie with the Hood 7 back 11 song playing in the background.
No, it's almost definitely some like Slavic Gopnik like rap.
It's DJ
100%.
Blattman.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna say I don't think there's a. I can't
couldn't
see
find
it
it.
either. Right, I'm gonna just go ahead and say there's one of those. It's gonna give you another +1.
We take
While
those.
while it's strapped to your arm, obviously you're not going to be able to use that arm for anything else.
Yep, but I can use the deagle, which is what I'm good at anyways.
Cool. Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I still do have that MP5.
What?
if I need it.
What is a garage? What is that?
So
is that?
like a piano wire, and you can loop it around someone's neck and
Oh.
choke them with it.
A garage, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one of those because it's under unarmed combat, and that is my specialty.
Okay.
So I'm
Yeah.
strangle some people. I think
That's
that's
fun.
what it's for. Yeah, hold on to that.
For
Also,
for some reason, when you opt for the garrote, this seems to. I think the only adequate word for it is excite Petrovich a little bit. I'll give you the idea of the type of man he is. What else are you taking?
Hey, just because I got to, I've noticed in the black there is specifically big sword.
yeah.
1d10 one-handed. Does he have a fucking sword? Because it's for some reason listed there.
Large sword.
Yeah.
Yep,
Large
so-
sword. My...
So yeah, he has a. It's strange. It's like it's the same sort of design as like a K-bar, but just with a longer and more balanced blade.
So it's just like a really like tactical looking sword.
Yeah.
Very just for the purpose, made out of some obnoxiously hard metal.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. It's a cyberpunk sword. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Mark, can I also get some brass knuckles?
Sure. Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you've. All I did was roll for the most difficult thing on there. That's how this.
Right.
That's how. So the way this sort of like purchasing things and making trades in Delta Green generally works is instead of sitting there counting dollars, like you spent X amount, is I look at the amount of money you're supposed to have, which is quite a bit in this case, and whatever the most sort of rare or difficult to procure piece of kit is that you ask for, that's the difficulty that I roll for the whole deal, which is what I did and came past.
So that means I can.
You've
maybe
got
get
everything
a
up to major.
flamethrower.
Yeah, you got no. He doesn't have a flamethrower.
Ah,
I
tragic.
specifically said he only has an on that heavy weapons list. He only has an LMG.
Eliza's gonna
But
be
he did
like,
have a big fucking sword.
He did.
No
He did have a big sword.
flamethrower.
Well, no, because I said that he has all the hand-to-hand weapons. He has everything on all of those lists, and except for the heavy weapons.
That tracks with Russian arms dealer.
Can I interrupt Petrovich here and just be like, you mind showing me the EMP gear that I was requesting, if you have it?
Yeah, he hands you a it looks like an IED of sorts. It's like it's basically like a laptop, and it's wired. It's in a case. It's in like a steel
Jesus.
suitcase, and it's wired to a bunch of like explosive looking thing. I mean, a layman would look at that and go, "Oh, that's like a suitcase bomb." Is what it looks like. But he says, "This is the stuff, man," and he slides it across.
You mind giving me a rundown of it real quick?
Power this up, and he powers up the laptop, and simple operating screen comes up with where it's like just a simple dials where it's asking you to set time and then sort of set the explosive once the time has been set. That's it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I made it stupid proof, so should be okay.
Awesome. Question. Where's the nearest construction site, by the way?
I don't know, man. I look fucking tour guide. What?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. It wouldn't hurt to ask. We need some disguises to get the job done. And I don't know if you ever met construction workers before, but they tend to just kind of toss shit that they don't need.
Make an intelligence ×5 check for me, please.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to do that. While I'm blasting DJ Blattman in the background. Intelligence ×5. Yeah. Cool. That's a 74. I barely passed. All right, cool.
You already have coveralls for the cleaning company that
Oh,
did
that's
the building.
right. Oh my god, I forgot about those.
That's all right.
Thank you. I totally forgot about those. All right, cool. That answers that question.
Hey, while we're here, this guy can this guy happen to do fake IDs?
Are you asking him?
Well, I'm wondering that out loud because Desmond isn't saying anything.
You
So
have to
I
ask
actually-
him.
I will not ask him.
Okay. That's fine. And as you conclude the deal, and I'm presuming, what are you giving him? What, like a drop-off location for the SUV?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe the that like dive hotel that we're staying at or something. A good spot. Or like an abandoned lot near there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him like an abandoned lot in the area.
You give him the information and the money. His men very swiftly pack up and begin to leave. And as they drive up the ramp and back out the exit, there's a sound, a crack, deep, booming crack. And you Renko takes off at a sprint up the ramp towards the car where Petrovich's men left. How do you choose to follow?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm gonna start the car
Okay.
first and just
You-
kind of leave it on, and then just kind of take the gear and follow them.
Yeah. So I'll say you finish packing up the gear and you like his men have been, as you've been saying to him, like, we want that and that and that. His men have been taking and loading your car with the gear. So it's done by the time he leaves, and yeah, you head over and do that. Desmond, Eliza, you round the corner to see the Humvee stopped at the top. Smoke pouring from the bonnet, and standing on the bonnet, 3 men wearing coats, carrying shotguns, having donned a set of far too familiar gas masks. And they jump off the Humvee and head down the ramp towards you. And that is where we're going to end the session for the evening. As always, I've been your utterly sinister handler. I want to thank all my players for returning again for more punishment. We'll see you next time, and until then, have you seen the yellow sign? Good night.